Welcome back. The International Monetary Fund has painted a bleak outlook for the local economy. It cites growing electricity concerns among the problems affecting South Africa's economic outlook.
South Africa's economic direction is of concern to the IMF. The fund has downwardly revised the country's gross domestic product to 1.4% this year and 2.1% next year. This is way below the desired 3%, the lowest number needed for Africa's biggest economy to grow. The IMF attributes slow growth to supply-side constraints, particularly in electricity, protracted strikes, and weak external demand.
The lack of electricity is a constraint to growth going into 2015 and also 2016. And the fact that we'll only have Kusile and Medupi fully operational in about 5 years' time is also a concern, because it does speak to maybe a continuous a lack of supply or supply disruptions in electricity going forward.
Ratings agencies Fitch and Standard & Poor's will decide on our ratings tomorrow. Leoka says the country is likely to get a downgrade.
This is also very dismal for South Africa, given that firstly we've been labelled as the fragile five with our twin deficit, wide current account and wide fiscal deficit. We've also all the issues that have been highlighted by S&P, especially when they first downgraded us in 2012, labour disruption, lack of policy or political direction, this twin deficit issue. These have been recurring issues since 2012. This may just we may just see a downgrade by Fitch and maybe possibly a downgrade by S&P late in June next year.
This will also impact negatively on investor sentiment.
We do depend on investors from a FDI perspective, from also a capital inflows perspective. Investor flows do fund our current account, so we do want to be an attractive country. With also something that they've mentioned too is that employment is a problem. And so these are issues that investment or investors look at even from an FDI perspective, that if you're trying to open a company in South Africa, do you have the labor to support your company? How skilled is the labor? How politically sound is the country? These are factors that also investors look at that may make us less attractive versus other emerging market peers.
Government has acknowledged the IMF's concerns and agrees that structural reforms are necessary to raise growth and lower vulnerabilities. In a statement, Treasury says many of these risks are already addressed in the National Development Plan. The NDP outlines measures to be taken to boost growth. It says its medium-term strategic framework for the period of 2014 to 2019 provides a roadmap to address these. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Johannesburg.